Hello and welcome to Inside the News, your interactive program where we interact with our reporters who have been on a beat to give us insight into what went into our story. My name is Mavis Champo. Today we have in the studio one of my colleagues, WINIFRED Afum. She has been on a beat, a story on opendefecation at Afum, a community. That community, they never had any toilet facility. Do join us after this break when we have a chat with her to tell us more. You're welcome back. Residents of Afum and the East Municipality of the Greater Accra region have resorted to opendefecation. This is because most of them do not have toilet facilities in their homes. A public toilet, which was also built into the community about 8 years ago, has remained under lock and key. Our reporter, WINIFRED Afum, has been on the community and reports that a refuse dump in the community now serves as a place of convenience. Let's watch the story.
Akpoma is a rural community in the East Municipality of the Greater Accra region. Most people here are peasant farmers. Over the years, the residents have resorted to opendefecation, a situation that has become a norm in the community. Almost all the houses in this community lack lavatory facilities. This is because most landlords in the community invest in rooms for rent without factoring in places of convenience. This has forced tenants to also indulge in the practice of opendefecation. Almost all the lands in the community have also been sold out to private developers. According to opinion leaders in the area, a land was allocated to the community water and sanitation for the construction of a public place of convenience to reverse the trend of opendefecation. 8 years on, the building has remained under lock and key. The reason, I was told, is that the contractor and the community water and sanitation officials have been involved in a court case all this while over payment issues. Mr. John Saki is the East Municipal Chief Executive.
According to the contractor, he has finished his job and community water need to pay him. Community water said by the engineering work, he haven't done a very good job, So that dragged on, and finally, court gave the ruling, and then that paved way for us to actually go in. We have fixed it, and we have done the adverts as they have directed for people to apply so that they can be given the mandate to manage it.
This refuse dump, which is in the middle of the community, now serves as a place of convenience for residents. According to them, those who want privacy have to wait for the cover of darkness to attend nature's call here. Pupils of the Akpoma Basic and Junior High School also use this place. There is a lavatory facility in the school, but the children are forced to use the refuse dump because their teachers who share the facility with them say the children mess up the place. Residents are worried about the health implications of the practice.
We are always weeding around the facility, yet the place has never been open to us.
The refuse dump is too close to my church. The stench emanating from the place makes it difficult to stay in church.
If you open this toilet and people are going in and people going to the bush, which one is good? Then you will come, we are going to give you mosquito nets. We'll give you this, chlorella and all that. Isn't this better than going to the bush?
According to Mr. Saki, the facility is not intended for the residents.
The public toilet is meant for visitors. You see, if you are in transit, that's where you have to go, and not people who have built their houses and have rented it out and then saying that there's no public toilet in the community. It's not right.
Well, if it's not for the township, how are we going to benefit? We've given the land for the toilet to be built. So if we are not benefiting from it, why should you give the land? So if he thinks that the toilet is not for the township, and all those who are in the town should build their own toilet, he should come and take the toilet from here.
To stop the practice of open defecation, the Assembly has launched a program urging every household to have a toilet facility at half the cost, while the Assembly bears the rest of the cost. But the residents say they can't afford even half the cost.
How do they expect us to get 3,000 Ghana cedis to construct a toilet facility? It's too expensive.
Although every household must own a toilet facility, which at the moment is not the case at Akoma, the residents are appealing to the Ga East Municipal Assembly to open the public toilet to them. They believe that will bring an end to the open defecation in the area. With more than a third of the total world population living without proper toilets, the United Nations General Assembly has recognized sanitation as a separate human right, and this is in an effort to curb a major source of deadly infections. For GBC 24, WINIFRED Afum, Akpoma.
Well, WINIFRED, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mavis.
All right, WINIFRED is here. Why open defecation? Of all the stories, what really prompted this story?
How should I start it? Maybe I would say it was a social responsibility bit. Well, Akpoma is where I stay actually. So when I initially went into the community, I just realized that at dawn, I see so many people lined up going into the bush. So I asked, and I was told that they are going to defecate.
Oh,
yes.
really?
Then I asked, don't they have toilet facilities in their homes? And I was told no. But that there has been a public toilet for the past 8 years. They are fighting over the facility, and it's also not in use. So this story actually is not the first story I did about this.
Okay.
There was a district assembly election last year. And the person who gave me this information told me that all the assembly members, the aspirants who wants to come and lead the community, they use the public toilet as their highlight. That if you vote for me, I will make sure that this facility is open for you. So it was interesting. So I decided to follow it and see why a large community as this don't have public toilets in their homes, and they are resorting to open
Yet
defecation.
it has not been open for 8 years.
8 years now, and the facility is sitting there. Like you heard one of the speakers, they go around, weed around the place. It's always there, and they are worshipping it. It's there.
So should it be the case that we shouldn't have toilet facilities in our home? Because as you said, Akpoma is a very big community.
Every household must own a toilet facility. In fact, I'm sure it is in our laws, but maybe our district assemblies are not enforcing the laws. Because if we resort to the public toilets, it is good. Like the assembly, the chief executive said, it is good. The public toilet is good, but it's for those who are in transit.
Sure, I wanted to ask you that question because the public toilets are meant for those in transit, not those living in the community.
Of course, they are meant for those who are in transit. And so you are staying in the community, you have to have a toilet facility in your home. Why do you build up a house, rent it out, and you are expecting the tenant to go to the public toilet?
Why would a tenant also come and rent a house without a toilet?
Maybe somebody is looking for a place to lay their head. They are not thinking about the toilet facility. In fact, some people go into the household, that is their secondary matter, but it should be your first.
Sure.
Because you can't stay in a place where you don't have place of convenience.
You have children in the house and everything. So it's like the children, the father, the mother, everybody
goes there. You see, I had a sound bite in the story that I was reluctant to use.
Okay.
But one man actually told me, it was funny though, that he had gone into the bush. He was just squatting there. He turned and his in-law. Look at that. It was funny. You understand? So this is what we are talking about. This public facility that they were fighting about in the story. It is the attitude. Open it up for them. 3 days, 4 days, go there, and you wouldn't want to go again. You understand? So it's about the attitude. It's about our maintenance culture. So if we don't even keep the place neat, we will go back from the public toilet and go into the bushes again. So that's the issue we are talking about.
Okay. So after you did this, when you went to the community, how receptive were they? Because as you said, it's a social responsibility, and you thought it wise, at least you live in that community. Should anything happen, it will affect you as well. So how did they accept you?
For starters, they were happy.
Okay.
Because for 8 years, for them, all they know is the public toilet. They are not in a position to look for a place to build a toilet in their homes. The land in the community has been given out to private developers. So there is no space for anybody to even build a toilet facility if they want. So they are all now looking up to the toilet, the public toilet there. Yes, and now it is a struggle between the assembly and the community, because I believe that the education didn't go on well. According to the community water and sanitation agency came to them and told them they will give them they will build a place of convenience for them if they give them a land. So the community allocated that land to community water. So for them, we have given you a land. You said you are going to build a toilet facility for us. So why are you now coming back to tell us the facility is not for us and it's for those who are in transit?
So landlords don't have anything to do with building their own toilets in their homes.
No. Open defecation is a serious issue we are talking about here.
So having accepted you in the community, you didn't go through any challenge as to how to get the people to talk, any challenge?
Like I said, they were happy for me to do the story because it's like now they have somebody to talk about their issues for them. Okay. So they opened up.
Okay. Then you were lucky.
They gave me the information that I need, everything.
Then you were lucky.
But my challenge was with assembly, getting the executive to come and speak on the issue. That was a little bit of a challenge. But later, like you saw in the story, I got around to that and I got the interview that I wanted.
So now I believe the place is not under lock and key again.
The place has been opened.
Wow.
The place has been opened. So I believe we achieved results.
Sure.
But what now is left is for the community to know that they have to keep the place clean. And for the assembly to still enforce the law.
You have to monitor them.
I have
now,
to. It will be a follow-up.
It should be a follow-up. Because you have to monitor them.
Because the assembly has brought a proposal to the people. Okay. That I am ready to construct these toilet facilities in your homes for you.
Okay, that's fine.
At half the price. But maybe we are talking about the community is not that, how do I say, not a rich community. They are peasant farmers. You look at the community, you realize that it's not a place that people have money. So this 3,000 Ghana cedis that the assembly is going to even have it for them, it's a problem. Why am I going to get 1,500 to you assembly for you to come and construct a public a toilet facility in my house when there is a public toilet situated outside my home?
Where I can pay 20 pesos.
Where I can pay 20 pesos. And I'm not even obligated to go and clean.
Sure, somebody else needs to do that.
So if the assembly do not enforce the laws, nobody will mind it. They will do whatever they want. At the end of the day, we all suffer as a community.
You really have to go back, because looking at it now, I believe we as you said, we have results now. Mm-hmm. All the challenges you went through, you are just okay with it.
I'm fine.
Let's go back to the community. Apart from the toilets that you identified as a problem, what else is a problem in the community?
Well,
this is really affecting them as far as their health is concerned.
For Akpoma, for them, their major challenge was the toilet facility. Mm-hmm. Now, if you listen to them, they are fine.
You are their savior.
They are okay. You understand? Because it has been open. But me, what I keep telling them...
How well are they keeping?
What I keep telling them, anytime I meet them, anybody is expressing their thanks. Oh, we thank you. Now we are using it. What I am a star, actually. But what I keep telling them is that it's not about opening the facility. It's about you and I. Okay. I don't use it actually, but it's about you and I. We making sure that the place is clean. That when you finish, the next neighbor after you will feel comfortable to use that facility. But if you go and then you just go and defecate around the hedges of the holes created, how do you expect your neighbor to also come and, Then at the end of the day, we were fighting for the facility to be opened. It's opened. We are not keeping it clean, and we are going back to the bush. Then where are we going as a country? And it's not Akpoma alone.
Yes.
Open defecation is across the country. Even in Accra here. Here we call the capital of the country. How much more the remote areas? That's what we are talking about. So if Accra where somebody is coming from outside the country. This is where the person lands, and the person is faced directly in the face with open defecation. What do you expect the person to, think about when he's going to the remote areas? So it's not about, it's not a little issue. It's just vast. It cuts across every sector of our economy.
Any other thing you want us to know? Open defecation, your journey, everything. Anything you want to know, finally.
All I want to say is that open defecation is really a serious matter that we all should pay attention to. Because when the challenges come, it affects all of us as a country. I've already said that. It affects our tourism. It affects our health sector. Our children are dying. Cholera is killing us. So I think we should, it's time for us to, move from our comfort zones. The stories that we will not be challenged to do it. It's time for us to do what it needs to do, because, Ghana is losing resources, revenue. The monies that we spend every year on cholera can be used to do other things to our benefit. Why do we sit as a country and do that? And then our district assemblies, I think they should also do something about it. You don't wait for the people to be comfortable with not having toilet facilities in their homes. They've done, for some people, open defecation is a norm. From day one that he or she was born, that was what he or she came to meet the mother and father doing. So why should I do anything different? If my mom and dad defecate openly, me as a child, what am I coming to do? So the assembly should also be up and doing. We don't wait for the people to be comfortable with what they are doing before, because change, it doesn't come easily.
It's gradual.
You and I know that
it's
for
difficult.
somebody
Change
to stop a habit, it is difficult. So from the grassroots, let them know that it is wrong. You don't wait like a Akpoma community has done. You don't wait for people to be comfortable all their lives before you come and tell them, pay 1,500 and let me build you a toilet.
And you shouldn't use people's life as for election. See that the
They don't
assembly
have-
people
that
were
is what they
just
are
using
doing.
it as a beat.
Yes,
You
so
sure?
it is
you
wrong.
vote for them and then
It
they
is
won't
wrong.
open.
Inside the news, it's been a long time you guys have invited me to
We
this.
have.
But
That's what I wanted to
open
ask
has
you.
given me the opportunity to come in. So it tells me how important
Open
the
defecation
issue is.
I
Thank
hear
you.
you.
Yes, so
Thanks so much for passing
thank
through.
you.
there.
Thank
Thanks
you
so much
for
passing
inviting
through.
me.
Open
Thank you.
defecation ambassador.
Yes, I accept
Viewers,
it.
that has been Inside the News with my colleague WINIFRED Afum. Do join us again next week. Thanks for watching.